All right, buddy, it's Tyler here at the Kalahari Classic, checking in with 12914X. It's OmegaBotz coming in from Virginia. This team doing really well, both in qualifications and in skills as well, too. And a lot of this attributed to just super fast scoring. 900 RPM intake they'll be talking about as well, too. And then just a lot of great things in terms of their D-scoring, really quick alignment as well. Just a lot of great things that go into, especially from their programming side, where they're doing really great in skills. So let's learn more about this team coming up here on Pits and Parts.
This video on fun is brought to you by viewers like you and also in partnership with the following.
The Robotics Education and Competition Foundation provides fantastic programs for students from elementary school all the way through college. These include VEX, aerial drone competition, online challenges, JROTC, girl-powered, scholarships, certifications, and so much more. To discover these exciting opportunities, visit recf.org and get connected. We're in the top right of this robot talking about the chassis and drivetrain. You mentioned you've done a couple improvements over the season, so let's talk more about what's gone into it.
Our drivetrain started off with 6 motors. We use 6 motors that have blue cartridges inside of them. We use 4 3.25-inch omnidirectional wheels on both sides, geared to 450 RPM for fast scoring and efficient pushing. We went from smaller wheels to bigger wheels so that they would push on the tile more and be faster and more efficient.
You guys have had so much control in the field, and we'll talk a little bit more about, I think, match strategy in a little bit as well, too. But let's pass it over to Andrew to talk more about those intakes on there. So, Andrew, when we were talking earlier, 900 RPM intake on the bottom, 600 RPM on top, and then chaining all together with that. Break me down more on why it's been so successful for you.
How this has been so successful for me is when during autonomouses with the 900 RPM, it's really faster with these flexes also at the bottom to grab all the balls in like a straight line in our intake. And during match, it gives us an advantage against any other team to where if I score, once I score, it pushes at the top. It pushes it more towards the control zone, to where I can de-score and get the control zone faster than some other teams. Another benefit about our 900 RPM cycling is that during match loading, I grab the balls a lot faster, so that saves me a bit of time on autonomouses to make my autonomouses faster and take and have like a faster like scoring than some other teams de-scoring, so that maybe they can't get the long goal control during autonomous because I'll match load pretty fast. Another thing about my intake is that at the top right here, when I score, at the second stage right here, or the third stage, it'll go reverse 20 RPM at all times while soaring. So then when I intake, all the balls or the blocks will get stuck. So then it doesn't matter, like, I think our maximum capacity is 6 blocks. But then since this is always going reverse, and then when I go into scoring mode, all I have to do is press the letter Y, and then it releases all the blocks at once into a long goal. And that helps a lot. While like I can only put like, for control zone, you only need like 2 or 3 blocks, just like push them out of the way of the opponent's color. So that's why I only use like 2 or 3 blocks, like, and then I already have some blocks in my intake for like a bit of safety during my match. And the top stage right here is on a blue motor, which is 600 RPM on this sprocket right here. And then it's sprocketed over here on these flex wheels to 1200 RPM. So then I can also like push the blocks. It'll get off the hood, so on autonomous it won't touch the hood as much, and like not count that ball on autonomous. And also I have my middle goal score down here, which is a piston. And how I use it on my control is that I have a macro for when I hold the letter B, it slows down all of the balls and makes it score into a straight line. And so basically it slows the intake and opens the gate, so where blocks can like efficiently and like a straight line go into the middle goal for fast and efficient middle goal scoring. And I definitely will talk about our D scores and our pistons on our robot.
So over here on the left and right of our robot, we have our middle D scorers. it's a middle score aligner too. It helps us align on the middle goal. And when we turn, we just gotta turn a little bit, and then we just gotta go back into these scores or reverse. And over here we have our wing. The reason we have this is a neutral form. It's powered by a one-way piston. The reason it has 2 rubber bands so it doesn't waste air. So when it goes up, that's where the only reason it wastes air. And then when it goes down, the rubber bands just make it go down. And over here we have our scraper. So we don't have 2 bands. So when he turns fast, it doesn't like move too much or it doesn't come out. Because we noticed sometimes when we only have 1 rubber band, it will like come out the scraper and we couldn't bring back up. And it's powered by a one-way piston too. Over here, the reason we have this rectangle shape is because it takes the curvature of the match loader, and it over here it makes it go to the Omni wheels. So when he intakes the flex wheels, when he intakes, it'll just go like this, and it'll just go straight to story mode, like Andrew said.
Well, I'm really excited to start talking about software as we watch your team's gone to AWP quite a few times, and a lot of that just comes down to some great coding. You mentioned before when we were talking earlier, you got a little bit of Odometry, but I'd love to just hear about what's all gone into it to be so successful on your team.
Yeah, so what I do on my robot for consistent autos is that I have a vertical odometry pod down here with a 2.75 omnidirectional wheel. The reason it's omnidirectional is so I can move around driving, so it doesn't affect my driving as much. And the reason it's a big omni wheel instead of like a little omni wheel like how some other teams do it is so I can get over the parking zone faster during autonomous and also during driving. And how my IMU and my odometry pod work together is that my vertical odometry pod measures forward and reverse movements during autonomous to track where the robot is, and my IMU and our aligner tracks how much our robot turns to the left or the right and detects those 2 things. Since and these 2 work together really great, so that's how my autonomouses work really well during the match.
Yeah, and Umer, you guys have been scoring like 11, 12, 13 balls in auto, which is absolutely insane for that. So can you just walk me through what some of those different strategies look like in a match?
We have 2 autos for our right side, 3 autos for our left, and 1 for solo auto win point. Our right side auto is either a 9-block push or 7-block 7-second push. Our left side is either we go only on long goal, we get 9 blocks there. We get 3, 6. We go for middle goal first and then go for long goal, or we do the opposite by going for long goal and then middle goal. Both all of our autos end with a wing push for control bonus, and our solo auto win point starts on the right side. It gets to the match loader. It scores about 4 blocks on the right side long goal, grabs the 6 blocks in the middle, scores at least 2 or 3 on the middle goal, and then the rest of the blocks go on to the long goal on the left side. Those are our autos.
Looking into the future, I mean, your team has won, the last 4 to 5 locals for it. This is your 4th SIG, and you just keep improving each time. What in your mind, is there kind of that next big step or iteration looking at future events?
Normally, during competitions, we look at the winners, or during elims, we look at the other robots. We see what they have and what we don't, and we normally use those parts to improve our robot and to make our robot better at scoring and better at defense and for strategies.
Well, we look forward to seeing what you come up with. Let's wrap it up with Adelpho and talk more about some of your match strategy as well, too. So, looking at match play, we talked how quick your intake is, right? Quick, fast scoring, throughput, great D-scoring as well, too. Can you just walk me through kind of what some of the scenarios look like for your team when you're playing here?
So some of the scenarios we've been through is we had some tough matches. So our strategy is based on if the other robots are 2 defensive robots or like 2 offense. We mostly look at our lines too. If they're like offensive and they could score as quick as us, if they could score as quick as us, we mostly play both offense. And if we like take all our controls, we mostly play defense. And if it's a defensive robot and they don't score as well as we do, we mostly send them to play defense on the other robot that scores faster than us or like has the same intake as us. And for elims, some of our autos that set us up for like win, basically our auto it gets a long goal, and after that we just play defense because we notice that autonomous is a really important thing in the games. And after we get a long goal, we usually just defend, and maybe if we can, we go for the middle goal.
Well, overall, OmegaBotz, congratulations on some awesome success. As for filming here at the Kalahari Signature event, I think ranked 3 both in skills and in driver matches as well too. So can't wait to see how this works out for you. Thanks for taking the time and good luck the rest of the way. Thanks for being on Pits and Parts.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to stay up to date on future fun videos. The Robotics Education and Competition Foundation provides fantastic programs for students from elementary school all the way through college. These include VEX, aerial drone competition, online challenges, JROTC, girl-powered, scholarships, certifications, and so much more. To discover these exciting opportunities, visit recf.org and get connected.